What's happening, people? United Central here, back with another video. Yes, it's Friday. Yes, it's the match preview. And this preview is sponsored again by the OneFootball app. As you can see right there, go download it. Best football app for me on the App Store right now. You can get it in Android, you can get it in Apple. Go download it. All your latest football news, all your latest transfer news. None most ever than now. You know what I mean? Most important right now, as you see right now, Jesse Lingard has left finally. We'll touch on that as we start the video off. And yeah, man, go download it. Link is in the description below. And yes, we're going to get cracking. We are with the boys right now. I'm going to holler Statman Bays first. You get me? I seen you little argument on my Instagram post, but what are you doing, man? Having arguments on my Instagram post, mate?
No, all I did was just say Bruno Fernandes' goal contribution. Then the people debated. That's up to them.
Yeah. You know, I pinned your comment so people can come at you, know. So it's kind of my fault, to be fair.
I was going to come back. I was going to come back because someone said, oh, Pogba could do that, but I'm like, leave the comparisons.
Yeah. This one here, man, I don't want to talk about it anymore, guys. Guys, please leave the gingerbread man alone, man. You know what I mean? That didn't need to be edited like that. Adam, I don't know if you've seen that, but it's going viral in a minute.
Mate. What is it? What's it all about?
Oh, my God. Yeah, just stay like that then. Just stay like that. Listen, if you guys see it, just don't show Tanya. Don't show any of your kids, you know what I mean? Because it is hilarious, mate. You know what I mean? It's too much that basically the gingerbread man is, you know, the gingerbread man in Shrek.
Yeah.
When it's about to get cut up, you know what I mean, in pieces. Basically, when I was doing that little, I don't know what you call it, squealing, they basically edited it as a gingerbread man squealing. But yeah.
So say, mate, you do drop yourself in it sometimes.
I know, but I do, man. It's just United, mate.
All I'm saying, you have to see that. I'll send it to you after the show. It is hilarious.
Yeah.
Like if anyone in the comments hasn't seen it, yeah, it's all over Insta, Twitter. You have to see it.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, we move. Adam, how are you, mate? Everything all good in them parts of the world?
Sure, mate. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it rained all day today, so you got to look at that as a positive, mate.
That's it, mate. Loving life.
I'm trying to forget about the week that has gone and look forward to what is this weekend. And it's, well, I don't want to big it up as a big game because I don't want to give Arsenal any sort of credit whatsoever. Like it's like they're on our level, but if we lose it, then it turns into a different ball game, doesn't it?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. But guys, this is the match preview for the game against Arsenal. If you are tuning into this video right now, please smash the like on the video, share the video, and follow these guys on their socials as we crack on. Oh, you know what? I didn't get your thoughts, Adam, first, mate, but that game against Sheffield United, has it sunk in you? Has it kind of are you over it?
I had a sort of mini rant on my channel yesterday regarding it. I've got issues with certain players. Not everyone agrees, and who does on social media. But I mean, it just got worse with everything that happened yesterday regarding Martial and Axel. And you know what, mate? It was all in all, it was a horrendous week of football for us and a horrendous off the pitch. It was just one of them, like I said at the start, and you want to forget because if I could just I could start going into it again. I know we're not going to talk, but the fact that it was Jagielka, 38, 9 injuries, Sheffield United, the worst team in Premier League history, the first time they beat us since 1973. Say no more. It was just a shocking night. I'll forget about it quickly, mate. I'm afraid. I said my piece on it already.
It was a horror show, mate. It was a horror show. Yeah, man. Guys, please get me to 27K. I'm nearly there, man. So if you are watching this and you haven't subscribed, please get me to that title. Statman, you know, is it going to be a blip, that result there? Was it a blip? Or do you think you have to realize that it was very, very poor, man? You know what I mean? That's why I didn't blame Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because for me, that team there was good enough to beat Sheffield United. You know?
Yes, we'll find out if it's a blip tomorrow. If we lose again or don't win, then we'll find out. Because the thing about United that we always say, we go on runs. We go on runs of brilliant form and we go on runs of pathetic form. At the start of the season, we were poor.
That's my United, though, isn't it? I don't know why we're never like, I don't know, like, would you rather have that, though? Or would you rather have it a bit balanced where you kind of, I don't know. A lot of people say it's not good to, I know we say, obviously, well, it is good to win a lot, but but we are so opposite. We go out to Champions League, but then we're still on an unbeaten run. It's like almost like a juxtaposition, isn't it? You know what I mean? Like it's almost like a weird feeling.
Exactly, and the thing is, the thing about tomorrow's game, you don't know what United are going to turn up. Because the thing about Arsenal, very, very good form now. 6 wins from the last 8. They've kept 5 clean sheets in the last 7 games. We struggle against low blocks. Arsenal will probably play a low block. You never know with United tomorrow.
Adam, is the performances worrying you? Because I feel like for me, I've been. Listen, you know my views on the manager, but I feel like I've just been enjoying Man United winning, and I feel like you can't really argue, you can't really be negative when Man United are winning, and I've made sure I haven't done that because I feel like you have to give credit where it's due. We have been on a good run. Credit to all it, but I've always said in my back of my mind, I still don't believe the performance are matching the results. I still kept thinking that we are getting by teams. It's not pretty. The Wolves game, it was last minute, so I was like, you know what, I'm happy with it. What do you put down to the performance? Has the performance been great? In all honesty, mate.
They haven't been great since the Leeds game, have they? But that was a team who played right into our hands. I thought we're okay against Villa, but that's another attacking team. And then we went head-to-head with Liverpool last weekend, and it was a good game. I think we're all happy with the performance in that one. We should have won by more. Of course. Everyone's okay, but then you've got the games, the Fulhams. You've got Sheffield United in the week. You know what I mean? You've got the Burnley games where it just looks like we're just getting by. And we all said it every game. It's great. Like you said then, Said, mate, we're loving the wins. It's good. It's showing good mental strength. I do think that has got better, but there's always that in United that we saw against Sheffield United. The ultimate fear for all those fans, that game and that performance is still in us. It was as bad as anything that we've seen under Van Gaal and Mourinho in the worst days. It just doesn't look like we're going to create anything. If you go down and lose a game, shooting, making the keeper work, being unlucky, I think we'll all say, well, that happens to everyone. But when we lose, we can lose bad, mate. I don't see Liverpool fans at City losing as bad as we do. And it's not so much it's a humiliating 4 or 5-0 defeat. It's the performance, like you said. It's like, where is the self-pride in some of these players right now? And surely you have to be able to adapt to a situation in a game and go, right, okay, look at the shirt I'm wearing. Look at what we're playing against. Right, let's just do something different. Let's not sink. And I've seen them playing scared there for the first time in a few weeks against Sheffield United. That's what the worry was. Because before that, like I just said, it seemed like the mental strength was coming through in this team. But the big players, when they don't perform, there's no one to bail them out. When Pogba's off, when Bruno's off, there's no one to bail them out. Martial and Rashford and Greenwood are not on that level. Whether they'll get there, we don't know. But right now, they're the ones that we needed to come out and actually, step up to the plate. And when we really need them, when the others aren't there, they just go missing. And that is the big problem at the moment. Are they good enough to see us through? Will it all just be a flash in the pan? Like Statman said, mate, the game tomorrow is massive for that reason. Because if we do lose to this Arsenal team, then, mate, you're going to see plenty of bad blood on social media, and then all speculation from the idiot pundits and everything else is all going to come out in it. It's going to be an interesting weekend, mate.
And just touching on the
bad.
Just touching on the Sheffield United performance, I think we had 4 shots on target the entire game. We created 1 big chance. This is the worst side in the Premier League era. It's a fact. After 19
It's gotta be.
After they haven't beaten us at Old Trafford in 48 years. That was the first away win all season. The second win all season. The first win was against Newcastle.
They scored 4 goals against us, Statman.
Exactly.
They scored 4 goals against us.
They scored 12 goals all season, and they scored 4 against us. That was a joke. And the thing is, you say you don't.
Statman said it then. We had 4 shots on target. They had 3. We had 82% possession.
And wait, Said, you said you didn't want to blame Oli. For me, I do see a bit of blame going towards Oli because remember the match reaction. What did I say? Our 2 holding midfielders are so deep. I don't know if you guys saw the average positions. Our 2 holding midfielders were literally in front of our centre backs, and this ain't like the first time we see this. There was no point of having a double pivot literally in front of our centre backs. I said this the other day. We've got decent ball playing centre backs, Axel's decent on the ball. Maguire's decent on the ball. Have faith in them that they can play those line-breaking passes. But it just seems that Ollie has no faith in them.
I don't want to blame the manager because I still believe, though, them group of players out there should have beaten Sheffield United.
Yeah.
I agree with that, but I think like the
Do you know what I mean?
I think it was like a collective. The blame could have been passed on to everyone.
Yeah, it could have been, and that's where it all goes apart. And I feel like for me, Bruno Fernandes said it. He said it, and he said we can't be playing, and we can't be looking for individual roles. We need to be playing better, and that's a problem, Adam. You know what I mean? We are still looking for players, certain individuals to get us and bail us out.
You said it then. Statman was talking about chances created there, and people were laying in. In games like this, people automatically lay straight into Bruno, but I'm pretty certain it was Bruno who laid it on a plate to Martial, who missed his header in the first half. I'm pretty certain it was Bruno who played Greenwood in over the top, who went round the keeper and scuffed his shot. I'm pretty certain it was Bruno who slipped Mason Greenwood through in the second half and he screwed his shot wide. How many times you've got to look at the individual of Bruno and say, Jesus, lads, seriously, and where's his psyche at? He must get tired of having to carry this football team. I understand what people say about giving the ball away and that, but if you don't take a chance and you play like we played against Sheffield United, that's the first defeat in 3 months? And that's the first time I've seen us play this boring sideways possession football. 82% possession, the best we've had all season. First game we lose in 3 months. That answers your question about possession crab football. It does not work with this football team. We're not good enough to do it. Our strength is being direct and taking a risk. And Statman said it there. As soon as Matic comes into this team, everything slows down. And for some reason, Pogba turns into this deep-lying midfielder all of a sudden. I don't know why he does it. Every time Matic plays, Pogba drops deeper. It's because Matic is deeper than the centre-backs. Then Pogba's dropping to try and get the ball off him, and straight away, he's just too lethargic, too slow. Matic does not work in this team. Not with Pogba anyway. Pogba needs to be doing what he does further up the field. It's no coincidence that all of Pogba's best performances have been Matic has been sat on the bench this season. And there's a big start for that's a fact, because it has. Matic hampers Pogba. He's got to still find this blend in midfield. That's one recipe right there that ain't going to get us anywhere. It really isn't. It got sussed out towards the back end of last season, and it's too easy to play against now. It's so obvious. It just slows us down. The transition is just snail pace. And how many times did we see it? I mean, my dad said to me, he said, it looked like Sheffield United had 15 men on the pitch.
I know.
We just got back so quick.
They were getting through us easily, mate. They were getting through us easily. And that's the worrying thing, man. I know. And I feel like, Ollie's kind of, persistence on changing it around. Did he need to play Tuanzebe and Telles? I don't know, man. I feel like for me, obviously Bailly and Lindelof were rested tonight. But Lindelof, why was he not on the bench, though? Is that not is that something to think manager should have said, you know what, on the bench at least? Protection? That one is a bit of a worry as well.
I think he was on the bench, was he not?
Was he on the bench?
And wait, just touch on Matic quickly here. For me, I don't think Matic was the problem. Don't get me wrong, he was poor, but I think
second half he played all right, but
I think the problem with me was that Matic and Pogba literally played side by side in front of our back four. We just need just let Matic sit and let Pogba go further forward. I think that's instructions from Ollie.
Oh, he was on the bench.
Why is it like that when Matic plays? What is it? Is it Ollie saying, look, I can't afford to leave Pogba out, so I'm going to shoehorn him in wherever I can because I want to play Matic in this game? It just doesn't work. It does not work. I just don't like Matic. There's games for him, but when you're playing against a crap team, this isn't a game for him. We don't need him. We just don't need him in that team for me. If you're playing a good team, I can see why Matic comes in. Calmness, decent against the high press, calm on the ball. When he's got time on the ball, Matic is dangerous to us. That's how I see it.
For me, it was kind of like, I could kind of see why Matic played because of the physicality of Sheffield United's forwards. David McGoldrick's going to win a lot of headers. Billy Sharp.
But should we be thinking about that as Man United, though? Should we be Barcelona think like that? Do Barcelona?
This is Ollie, though, isn't it? This is what I'm saying. I can kind of see what Ollie was thinking.
Yeah, I see. You've got the whole like you try. It's like Said's even trying not to bring it back down to Wally tonight, and you always come down to it. It's like, why are you even thinking about Billy Sharp and McGoldrick?
I know.
Why are you
Listen,
even concerned with
David
that?
McGoldrick, you see the guy against the top six, he bags goals for fun.
Yeah, but against the big teams, he doesn't. You know what I mean? Against the top echelon, Liverpool. Has he won a score against Liverpool?
I think he scored against Chelsea. I think he scored against Arsenal.
Yeah, but no. Top clubs I'm talking about. Top clubs, mate.
Said's firing shots already.
No, but I'm trying to say to you, but against the guys that are trying to win the league, though. Man City, Liverpool, United, he should be scoring against them the first three clubs, you know what I mean?
He should be put in his place, mate. He should be put in his place.
There you go, then. We're giving players a career.
Players like Burke that came on, and I'd be thinking, you know what? I mean, maybe need to take a little bit of little look at him because he's like rapid. He's like Usain Bolt. I think if he was starting, I would have thought, yeah. But we could more than enough to handle them. And the fact that they opened us up with constant long balls, 1 touch, 2 touch off a long kick from the keeper, and it just went right through the middle of us and put us under pressure straight away. That was embarrassing. It really was. So whatever we were doing to counteract their size and strength and what their game plan was, it just wasn't working at all. And I'm hoping that it is just that ultimate bad day at the office, and we can put it to bed and forget about it now. Because you know what, these games happen every now and again. They don't happen as bad for everyone as much as they do United, but we've said that the mental strength has got a lot better. It is the ultimate test for that now this weekend. The ultimate test for this team.
And that's the big one I want to say to, you know what I mean? Shout out to everybody who's tuning right now. If you aren't already, please smash a like on the video. What is this a test of character for you, Statman? You know what I mean? Going against Arsenal, low block, Partey. You know what I mean? I think for me, if Ollie don't get the right midfield right, I think they'll bully us, you know. Xhaka and Partey will bully us, mate. Because for me, Fred, I love the guy Fred, but against a top physical Ocelot, you know what I mean, in Partey and Xhaka, I feel like they might just bully us, you know. And that's the worry for me. And that's why, for me, the top 6 games, we've not been able to be clinical enough or be dominant enough because we've been playing Paul Pogba on the right-hand side instead of putting him in his right position. We've been playing McTominay and Fred, who are one player. Let's not kid ourselves. They are one player.
Yeah, I hate the midfield thing because the thing is, I was looking at Arsenal's strengths. They had Pepe, who played decent the other day on the left. They got Saka. You expect our fullbacks to take care of him. Wan-Bissaka and Shaw, they're decent defensively. The midfield, I personally think it's going to be McTominay, Fred, and Pogba, and Bruno.
This is the problem, man. This is the problem.
We're probably going to lose the midfield battle.
Yeah, Bele Visuals here again. You know what I mean? He's coming out with the quotes. He very, very is adamant about this. Drop Rashford and Martial. Play Cavani up front of Pogba, Bruno, Van der Beek, and Fred in the middle. Wow, these guys that hold the game was for us. I think it's very attacking though. It's a lot of attacking there.
You know why I say no to that? There's no width. Our width don't come from our fullbacks are like Luke Shaw's not he's been decent this season with fullback. He's not the best, is he? He's not like a Robertson. And Wan-Bissaka on the other side is not the best. So you got Van der Beek and Pogba, Bruno, whoever you're going to play out wide coming inside. Where's the width going to come from?
Yeah,
so that's why I would never do that. That's why you have to play Rashford.
Yeah. What you say about this game, Adam? Top 6, 6-1. 1-0 Arsenal, 0-0 Chelsea, 0-0 City, 0-0 Liverpool. What is it about the top 6, mate, that we just can't get over the line, mate? Is it the mentality? Like I said to Statman, is it just the fact that Ollie's not good enough tactically against the bigger teams and against the lesser teams? We have the better quality on the bench, and we just have better players, and therefore that's the reason why we do better. What is it, man? You know what I'm saying to you? Like, what is the reason against top 6, man?
It's only the start of this season. Like I said, by the end of the season, we'll see exactly how we cope against the big 6, because we could beat them all the second half of the season. The argument's dead. But I'm looking at it last season. This is where we came to the fore. This season, for some reason or another, teams have started to go, hang on a minute. And a prime example is Pep Guardiola. He shut up shop twice at Old Trafford and not conceded a goal, knocked us out the cup, and nullified us in the league. He's actually gone. You got to give a little bit of credit to United for this, but even Liverpool, to a certain extent, weren't all gun blazing. I know they've got injury issues and probably were sort of in second gear, not going two guns blazing. But you look at it straight away now. All we've said all along is if you want to beat United, swallow your pride and defend and give them the ball, and you'll beat Manchester United. It's as simple as that. Pep Guardiola's just gone, I think I'll give this a try. And lo and behold, he's had the better of us twice, even in that 0-0. He's had the better of us twice. And no one's laughing at what he did now, are they?
No, they're
not. He knows
not.
what he has to do to beat United, and then he goes and does what he does to everyone else. And that's why they are top of the league, because they've figured out how to play Manchester United. What did Arteta do? What did Frank Lampard do? Come on then. Come on then. Give us what you've got. And now it's down to United to figure out how to beat the top teams again. Because we've got past the small teams with individual brilliance.
Yeah.
The two teams.
And Bruno, by the way, it's not what I've said, guys. Bruno Fernandes has himself admitted it. You know that. We are beating teams now by, sometimes individual brilliance. And he said that. It's not a thing about agendas. Yeah, he said moments. You know what I mean? So it is evident that we're still not playing as a team. And we're not playing, you know what I mean, like the way City are playing. Let's be honest with you. Like, I know Arteta, David Moyes said, let's aspire to be City, but, everyone has to aspire to play good football. And Man City are playing good football in a minute. They're just wiping teams away, mate,
Yeah, it wasn't Pep Guardiola who was in charge of City when Moyes said that, so...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, true. To be fair, you know what? Nah, take that back, by the way.
Yeah. What I'll say is like just carrying on from where I left off there. It's now down to United to figure out a way to get past these bigger teams. You can't keep relying on individual brilliance. I know
you can't, mate.
Ollie's doing a great job in certain aspects of what he's doing here. A little bit of help on the coaching side won't go amiss, because I'm looking at Liverpool. I know how they're going to play. I know how Tottenham are going to play. I know how City are going to play. There's managers throwing their influence on how their team is playing. We know what's coming, basically, don't we? We know what's coming. Maybe Mourinho's isn't nice to watch, but you know what's coming. Klopp, Pep Guardiola, we know, but they've started to learn now to say, all right, can we take our style away for a couple of games? And you've got to give credit to United for that. They're actually adapting to how United do play. Now they figured us out and beat us. It's our turn to try and reverse that. But when Villa came at us, it was a good game. When Leeds came at us, it was a good game because they came at us.
Yeah.
It's simple.
You know how
scarily simple how to beat United. And it is a worry, because it's not like everyone. It's not like we've got a few players playing well. It's just one or two at the moment, and the rest are on average. And that's the major concern. We need other players to step up. We're just not doing it at the moment.
You know how you said he needs to find a way to beat the top six? I think last week he found that way against Liverpool. He didn't go with McTominay and Fred. He went with Pogba a bit deeper, so we actually had a ball progress in the midfield. Against Arsenal, if Arsenal sit back, Pogba's like, I know people complain about Pogba in the double pivot role, but I don't mind him. Especially against teams that are going to play a low block, I don't mind it. Especially if he's next to someone like Fred with his mobility. I don't mind Pogba in that role, especially against Arsenal.
Yeah, the mobility side next to Pogba works, because if he does lose possession or makes a mistake, you've got that quick snapping back. You've got that. Matic won't ever give you that. He will never, ever give you that snapping into tackles. So that's the combination, the midfield combination. I think more than anything, that midfield is what's killing us.
Yeah, it is. And that's a problem. And, you know what I mean? I always like to call it, you know what I mean? I always like to have talking points on the defence. And I'll start with the defence again. I think De Gea will probably start. The defensive. What do we do with this defence? Because Bailly apparently isn't playing, guys. And I'll be honest with you.
I think he's in the squad. Is he not?
He's in the squad, yeah, but he's not playing that. I couldn't care less if he's in the squad. I wanted to play. Do you know what I mean? Like, I wanted to play. Do you know what I mean? And when he said, I'm resting Lindelof, mate, does that not worry anyone? Like, I'm asking you both these, mate. Does that not worry you guys? You know what I mean? It's in a case of, because Lacazette will press you and it will make it difficult when they play out from the back. They have a lot of tricky wingers, As much as I don't like, I'm not saying don't like Pepe, but I think he's a bit of flop. He might just turn up for this game. Saka is very, very good. Do Do you know what I mean? And I'm just thinking, this Maguire Lindelof, it makes Maguire look 10 times worse, mate. You know?
And the thing about that, yeah, with Lindelof and Maguire, you kind of have to play a little bit deeper because we can't have Eric Bailly's place covering him. So straight away for me, the 10's wrong straight away with Lindelof in the team. And the thing is, you're touching on Arsenal right there. Pepe's fast, Saka's fast, Lacazette's decent, Smith Rowe's decent. They've got fast players. They could cause us a lot of damage, even though, as I said before, their wingers are the biggest threat, in my opinion. Our fullbacks are calm defensively.
Yeah.
So that's a positive.
Bailly for you and Adam, mate. If he doesn't play, is that almost like you've almost defeated already before the game's been kicked? You know what I mean? Not defeated, but I'd say you've not won the game, basically. The intent's wrong. And you're probably not winning the game, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you're sort of accepting that you're going to have to play the McFred just to cover Lindelof if he comes into that team.
Oh, man.
That's what you're worried about, innit? If you're doing that, I said something earlier on, and a lot of people were like, really? But I would, if you're looking to try and move on and find the right combination, or maybe give a bit of confidence to someone in your team, I'd go, all right, Axel, there you go. Straight away, mate, you start the game. Because I thought Axel was playing all right, apart from the deflection. He made one rash tackle in the first half, which gave them a free kick. But everything else, he was winning. He was first to the ball. He was winning his duels. I'd just say everything that's gone on, I'd go, Axel, there you go, mate. Give him a confidence boost. You know what I say? Look, I trust in you. Let's go and make the wrongs right in this game.
Would you do it, though, after what's happened, mate? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Is he in the right frame of mind?
This is what I mean. This is what I mean. We're doing this with Martial right now, and everyone's okay with it. Do you know what I mean? He's crap. He's playing crap, and he keeps playing every single game. So other players in this squad, is it any wonder that there's no connection in this squad whatsoever? Do you know what I mean? Is it any wonder we haven't got a style of play? Because we're rewarding mediocrity at the moment. Rashford and Martial seem undroppable. It's ridiculous. Do you know what I mean?
Greenwood's getting taken off.
Ridiculous.
Even though he's having a good game, Greenwood's getting taken off.
Exactly. He's been our best forward, and he's the scapegoat every single time. They get away with it. I know they can turn up on a big moment like Rashford did. That moment against Wolves won us the game, but I'm looking at him going, when is he ever going to get a run of games? If Lindelof is always fit, if Maguire's always fit, when is this kid going to get his chance? Are we not? True. Are we wasting an opportunity for these players? Because I don't ever see him playing. What is the future for this kid?
I hear that, but I think he's just so harsh, especially after all the racism stuff. You don't know where Axel's head's at. Because say if he does make a mistake, you know straight away people are going to...
You don't want that.
And I don't want that to happen to Axel.
True, but would you rather be sat on the sidelines thinking about it, or would your concentration work? We don't know the character.
What about a back five, though? We play a back five. Yeah, I'm okay with that. But I just feel like in the back two, even before what's happened, I still think for me in the back two, he's a bit like I want to say suspect, but he's not as confident. Do you know what I mean?
Don't know.
He's rusty.
We don't know his character. To be honest, we don't know his character. He may want to play. He may want to put it behind. Some players can't. Like Statman said, it may be too much mentally to go in. Where's the red at? Some players use the football pitch to concentrate and take things away from what's going on off the field. And they use it. And that's their get out. That's their getaway. It's like Paul Gascoigne was the perfect example of that. He said when he came off the pitch, he was a wreck. When he was on the pitch, he knew exactly what he was doing. It put everything to bed that was going on off it. That was his release. Granted, we don't know Axel's character or anything like that, but I just don't ever see this kid showing any potential. I don't think he's going to get a chance to show any potential.
Well, you know why I say another thing about Axel, he hasn't really had a bad incident like this before. Like Pogba's been racially abused before. Like he's had negative press. This is Axel's first time kind of thing. So it's kind of like he's still 23. That's young for a centre back, especially for United. He hasn't really played a lot. So I would never take the risk with Axel, especially at centre back. If he's at right back and he's like a lesser important game or something, then I don't mind. But at centre back, where he's like crucial position, that's the spine of the team. I'm not taking that risk with Axel. Yeah,
I think for me, it's going to be a big decision for Ollie, man. Massive decision. Who does he go with? Does he play Lindelof? Does he play Bailly? But I think that for me in itself, mate, will be a massive decision. Going on to the midfield, Who doesn't think that McTominay and Fred will play? Who doesn't?
No one.
So there you go. Is that a worry for you, man, Statman? You know what I mean? In terms of the games we won in the Big Six, like what do they not give you?
You know what? The thing is ball retention. Rand sent me something today where it was like a graph comparing the midfielders. Fred and McTominay were Scott McTominay and Bruno were in the category of poor at retaining the ball and poor at passing it. Fred was in the category of poor at retaining the ball but good at passing it. Straight away, you know the ball retention is not good enough, especially against the top six. You have to keep the ball well. Fred, McTominay, Bruno do not do that. So that's a massive risk straight away. That's why I said Pogba in the double pivot in a game like this, I don't mind. I think this is the perfect game, especially when Arsenal are going to sit back. You know Arsenal, as I said, 5 clean sheets in the last 7. They're hard to break down defensively. You have to have another source of creativity other than Bruno.
I mean, Adam, mate, you can't really say, man. I just feel like for me, it's just negative, man. It's negative, and I feel like, you know, I just can't be bothered seeing it anymore. When you see the likes of what I don't listen, I'm not trying to scapegoat McTominay, but when you see the likes of Van der Beek in there, you're thinking if you could have him there as a second double pivot, and then you have.
Is he frozen? He's frozen with his mouth open.
He's catching flies.
Sorry?
You're back.
You froze for a second then, mate, with your mouth
Oh,
open.
right, my bad. Bloody hell, mate. This internet.
Say again, McTominay it was, I think, mate.
McTominay, mate, just like, you know, like for me, it's just the fact that, you know, what is Ollie seeing it? He's seeing them that it doesn't see in other players that like a Paul Pogba in a double pivot. Like, you know, why is it a case of Paul Pogba on the right hand side, mate? You know what I mean? In this kind of big game, mate. Big game tomorrow. And you play, I keep saying this every time. Where in world football will you see the likes of, I don't know, mate, you know, would Iniesta play on the right wing? And I'm not trying to compare Pogba and Iniesta, but do you know what I mean? Like, well, you know, your best players play in their positions, you know?
I mean, Statman touched on Paul Pogba there in the double pivot. When Paul Pogba isn't playing in that double pivot, he plays his best defensive performances. Yeah. He naturally wants to help the team out when he's not in a defensive position. That's his natural winning mentality. When you take away a player's best attribute, which is he's going forward, he doesn't work and doesn't operate the best of his ability. Worst game Pogba's played over the last 2 months was Wednesday night when he's in that double pivot with Matic, with absolutely no get up and go. There's nothing at all there. There's no one like Fred. There's no ingenuity. There's no engine next to him. Do you know what I mean? There's no one to make them tackles. You feel like you've taken that little safety net away. Pogba, he's going to play. We know he's going to play. This is where it's going to be key, isn't it, with Ole? I mean, if we see Fred and McTominay, it's probably a good thing. That means it pushes Pogba further forward. Because then you're probably going to see a front three of Rashford, Cavani, and Pogba with Bruno in the mix there as well. So it's good in a way, but like Statman said there, it's that midfield. It's the ball, isn't it? It's that link up from that double pivot to get to our main players. How slow is it going to be? How accurate is it going to be? It's not, because if Arsenal don't come at us, this system fails completely. That's the problem you've got. We've seen it against Leeds. It works absolute wonders because they just leave so much space open through the middle. Arsenal aren't going to do that. They're just not going to. We know. Arteta, he's beat us the last 2 games in the league. He's going for his hat-trick right now. And it's like we're playing into his hands every single time. If you was a manager and you thought, I've just lost my last 2 games against this guy, trying to play this way, then what do? You go, all right, I've got to have another chink in my armour. I've got to do something different. And let's just see how it works. Because I tell you what, I'm looking at Pogba's defensive attributes over the last few games, and they've got to be up there with Fred and McTominay's in terms of what he's won, his aerial duels won in the box. He puts in a shift. When you don't put the shackles on Pogba, he naturally, as a winner, wants to help the team out, and that's the difference with him. If you restrict him, then I don't think he plays his best game. I don't. Like I said, it's good and it's bad if we get him at Fred. The problem we've got is how Arsenal set up to that. I think Arsenal will set up easier to a Fred and McTominay. I think they'll struggle if you put a Fred and Pogba there. They won't know how to set up as easy. I guarantee it.
And the thing is, they'll probably in the number 10 role, they'll probably have that. I don't know if Smith Rowe is that fully fit, but they might have Smith Rowe that he's going to be a youngster. If Pogba plays in the double pivot, Smith Rowe kind of has to track it. Is he going to do that? You don't know because he's still young.
I just don't know, man. I just feel like for me, I just don't want to see a disjointed midfield. Even midfield of Arsenal, when you talk about Xhaka, I still think they would offer more than McTominay. And that's, for me, that's crazy, man. You know what I mean? Like, Xhaka, mate, everyone thought he was gone twice.
I still think he's gone, to be honest.
You know what I mean? I still think, but still, he probably does a better job than, you know what I mean?
I can still see Arsenal getting tanked. I really can. I'm not all for this brilliant Arsenal form. And who did bleeding playing? Do you know what I mean?
I hear that. Yeah, but I think I'm scared of Arsenal because they're good defensively. 5 clean sheets in the last 7 games. They kind of fixed up. We struggle with low blocks. That's my thing. And I was looking at the record against Arsenal here. It's been 15 games since we kept a clean sheet against Arsenal.
We're not one in the last 4 as well.
If you was trying to be clever, then, like I was saying before, in terms of how teams have counteracted us before, would you just say, "Look, all right, Arsenal, there's the ball. What are you going to do with it?" Would you say, "All right, you're at home, you're 10 points behind us, supposedly on this great run. There's your ball. What are you going to do with it?" Do you know what I mean?
That's true.
No one's done it against them yet. You know what I mean? I feel like they've got a comeuppance coming. I really do. But I think after Wednesday night, I don't think it's going to be us. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I really do. I don't think our confidence is good enough to be that team right now.
You're going to be surprised what prediction I'll give at the end, but we'll leave that towards the end. But let's look at the strikers now, man. This is the way everyone wants to talk about.
God.
Adam's favourite player, you know what I mean, Martial. Yeah. You know what it is, yeah? Listen, I can't excuse Martial's performance. I back Martial all the time. And this is 2 things I want to say. The performance out Sheffield United, for me, was unacceptable for Martial from any kind of moment. Tracking back, losing the ball a lot. Listen, just as a footballer, it wasn't his greatest game. Probably the worst game I've seen him ever for Man United, mate. Ever. But when Statman says 1 touch in the opposition box,
I think he had 5 against Sheffield United.
Yeah, 5. Yeah. Okay, well, at Sheffield United,
he's still not brilliant.
Still not brilliant. When you see Cavani 1 touch in the opposition box against Fulham, Adam, man, is it? I know Martial's off form, but are we helping him though? Is it all wrong when? Even like Cavani, when he goes up front, he might run around and he might show a bit more urgency and it might look a bit more better. But when you see the lack of options and, no kind of forward playing to Martial, there's nothing going on up front. There isn't anything.
There's nothing clever about our forward line at the moment at all. Look at that game against Sheffield United. Everything was played right in front of them. The movement from the front 3, barring Greenwood, who got in behind. You know what? He got in behind twice. So I'm looking at it going, it took Bruno to go through in the first half for that long ball from Telles to get in behind them. We weren't getting any balls over the top. We weren't turning that defence at all. That was a slow defence. We didn't turn them once. The movement that Cavani brings is he comes out, he goes back in again. He's all over the place. You know what I mean? We didn't bring the defence out once to then try and go in over the back. We just played in front of them. We let them play their game and they controlled it completely. For me, Martial's issue is that he isn't top dog. Martial's good when he's top dog. Simple as. When he's not one. We talk about Luke Shaw, and Luke Shaw's talked about it today with Phil Brown. He's been on my show, Phil Brown, before, and he got Luke Shaw, and he just said, Tellers coming into this team has given me that ultimate kick up the arse. Now we're seeing the best of him. Henderson for De Gea, apart from Wednesday when De Gea did my treating, he's been good this season. And that's a competition coming in. Martial works the opposite way. Whenever he's got the competition there for him, he doesn't fight for his place. It's like people are saying, "Oh, he's been played out on the left." Well, do you know what I mean? Rashford's been played out on the left. He's been played out on the right. He's been played through the middle. He's averaging a goal every other game in all three of them positions from when he started there. So I don't see what the excuse is for Martial. And by the way, Rashford, he's not pulling up any trees. I'm not letting him off the hook either.
Is that the common theme, though, Adam? Is that the common theme, though? The forward line. Rashford's been getting the goals, but I look at his performances, and I don't think it's been any better than Martial's.
No,
I'll be honest with you.
Rashford against Liverpool, I thought it was superb. I really
of course.
I'll
give him that moment. Brilliant.
He has the odd game. The problem we've got with Martial is he's been crap.
Yeah, he's not getting both.
He's been crap all season. Are we willing to accept that this 25-year-old has been at the club, 5 years? Is it now? Somewhere around them lines?
Yeah.
Are we willing to accept 1 season in, 1 season off? Because that's what Martial is. It's every other season. He's not consistent enough. Rashford, look at Rashford. Yeah, his goals are improving every single season. We can see that in the stats. Yeah, his performance, but I put that down to coaching. I think Bruno needs coaching. I think Rashford needs coaching.
Yes.
I do think that you've got ultimate players in there. Problem with Martial is it's like he doesn't look like he wants to. It's not so much his forward play, but even his tracking back work that everyone's got into. Rio Ferdinand ripped him a new one.
But saying that, I think that Martial clip was kind of highlighted, like over-exaggerated. I think Saeed sent me something about the Rashford one. Rashford did exactly the same thing, but because it didn't lead to a goal, no one said anything.
That's it. He gets picked up. People want to know why Martial's being picked on. As a pundit, Rio Ferdinand's going to look at how we lost the game. Well, we had the kamikaze show with the defenders and De Gea, and Martial's attitude about getting back. Rashford did it twice. He did one where he lost the ball and then petulantly went back and kicked the player and got booked.
Yeah, I see that.
And someone put a video online of him not tracking back, just walking.
Oh man, that was
I'm thinking, is Darren Fletcher coaching the youth, or is he actually involved in this first team somewhere? Because if I see that, when I'm on the training ground the next day, I'm putting all 3 of that front line on drills up and down that pitch. If they're not watching that video back for hours on end, trying to figure out where they went wrong and where they let the teammates down, then I think this club is being run completely wrong from Carrington. That's how I'm looking at it. I'm expecting a serious improvement from all of them front players if they come on against Arsenal tomorrow. I think you'll see a different mentality this tomorrow. If they don't, then that just brings up everything I just said about it being wrong from the training ground.
Statman, you know, we talked about GAs and whatnot, and these guys may be overperforming. Is that listen? I'm still going to say this again and again. I don't judge these players, Martial, Rashford, and Greenwood, to win you trophies. I don't, because I know what they are, and that's why for me, I criticize them, but I don't put them to the level of, you know, the world class players in the world right now. I still think there's a long way for them. This is what we are, though. I feel like, you know, unless you get I've always said this for me, and I said this 2 years ago. I said, go and get Harry Kane. And people laughed at me, and I said, I don't want Harry Kane for the sake of it. I want Harry Kane because I want competition for places. I feel like Man United, what there's a theme is that, you know, you can have all these players, but you've got to keep. I remember last season, a lot of people saying, we've got our front three now. I said, no, man. You've got to go and get better. When these guys are not performing, to have someone on the bench who can take their position and give them competition. Look at Luke Shaw. Telles has come in. Telles is one of the most exciting fullbacks in world football. Before, if you watched him, he got wrongly critiqued as well. I didn't think he was. I know he had a good game, and people were going in on him. Yeah, and I know he cost 150 million, but the point is not. The point is still the same. You have to have competition for places. You have to keep evolving, man. You can't just keep saying we're going to stick. Even when it's Rashford, sorry, I said to United fans, we should go and get a left winger. Just go and get competition. When Rashford's not performing, these guys are inconsistent. That's why I always, for me, have a level-headed about them. I say, you know what? I might bash them, I might criticize them, but after the game, I'll be like, yeah, man, this is what we got in it. You feel me? Like, this is it, man. You feel me? But you can't say that when you see Hazard, when you see Neymar, Mbappe, you can rightly say that these guys are not being good enough, but these guys are just inconsistent. That's all they are.
I hear the competition for places thing, but you need to realize we could have Haaland up front. That is Haaland's still going to get 5 touches in the box. Yeah, he probably will score goals because he's the unbelievable finisher. But that's not the main issue in our team. Our main issue is that we're not getting them the ball enough. I think Rashford the other day had 4 touches in the Sheffield United box. That's the issue. We're not creating enough chances for our forwards. And the thing is, you're touching on like our players, like that comment right there. Greenwood, I think 17 or 18 goals last season. This season, he's regressed. You touched on the Fletcher thing. Look at who's coaching these players. We're expecting Darren Fletcher, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Mike Phelan, Kieran McKenna, Michael Carrick to improve these players.
I'm not talking about Fletcher improving. I'm talking about Fletcher getting in the basics of actually tracking back.
Yeah, basics, yeah.
I think he's got to have that, but I think the coaching setup needs fresh blood. I think it needs, and you know what, if Ollie, look what Steve Bruce has just done in terms of bringing in the coach. I can't remember his name now. He's one from Bournemouth. He just brought in one of the most renowned second in command, one of the best coaches in the game in terms of his reputation, because he has to change it up. You know what I mean? He's not standing on his laurels there. He's putting his courage and his conviction. He's backing someone else to come in and change things up a little bit because he can't do it on his own. The only reason Bruce has brought this extra man in is because he knows and he's admitted that he's struggling.
Yeah.
Will Ollie do this? Is he too stubborn to bring someone else in? He's bringing in players. He's bringing in everyone who's got everyone he's got and his staff, barring Mike Phelan, who we don't get. He doesn't say boo to a goose.
He don't say much, mate. He don't say much.
He's beneath him. He's brought in no experience beyond him. There's no one who's above Ollie on that training ground. Everyone he brings in is less experienced than Ollie.
Oh yes, man. They can't really question Ollie. Like, what's Michael Carrick? Michael Carrick, what experience does he have in coaching to question Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? Kieran McKenna, coach of like the under-18s, under-23s, one of them. Yeah. What's he going to say to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? Like half the coaches.
What's he going to say exactly?
Half the coaches that he has from like Cardiff and stuff.
This is what it is. Everyone will have a go at this now, saying we're having a go at him again now. But look what Ferguson did. How many second in commands did he bring in to change everything?
Every year, he changed it around.
He changed it. I mean, the guy brought in Walter Smith and we won an FA Cup. That's Ferguson. You know what I mean? So, Carlos Queiroz,
René Mullenstein,
McLaren. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Brian Kidd. How many did
Brian Kidd, yeah.
In the end? Mike Phelan. He kept changing it up constantly. Kept refreshing it, keeping us on track, adapting, and willing to accept that the game was changing. This is what Ollie won't do. I don't think he'll have anyone of any authority coming above him. And this is what we have to deal with. He's learning everything on the job. And I think he's going down this road with the players as well. If you bring in an experienced player, I mean, Cavani, we know he's on loan, but it's all the young players now, isn't it? Everyone below, everyone who's less experienced.
That's a good point.
It's easier to coach them and say and get more respect, isn't it?
He got rid of Lukaku. Lukaku is a big ego. He got rid of Alexis, big egos. Yeah, they probably deserve to go. But
it's a bigger picture now. I know what you mean.
The only reason it works with Pogba is because he coached him in the reserves when he was previously at United. That's why. Because I think Pogba with any other manager right now, he massively respects Ole Solskjaer from his past and his time with him. And that's why it works. I think if Pogba's under any other young manager right now, I don't think he gets the same respect. I really don't. But all it would take is a little tweak, because Ollie's doing some great work. He just needs that little experience.
And that's why I feel like for me, he might not get there, man. You know what I mean? Just getting a figure from Man United app.
Yeah, Jesse.
Official Man United, Jesse Lingard has left on loan. We wish him all the best, his career. You know what I mean? At Man United.
Would he do a worse job than any of our front players at the moment?
He probably wouldn't, man. He probably wouldn't, to be honest with you.
But
you know what I mean?
Just touching on Jesse quickly, that's a decent loan, because I said this the other day, West Ham don't really, like their number 10s are Pablo Fornals and Lanzini. They haven't really cemented their place. Jesse has an opportunity to make that his own.
Yeah, good luck to him.
You never know. From now to the end of the season, he has a decent run, because West Ham are playing very good right now. The Euros, he could be in the squad. You never know.
Just Prodigy here with a super chat. Axel with a super chat, mate. He goes, Ollie's a good man manager. The problem is the players aren't getting coached better. He needs proper people to get him. Fergie changed it every few years. I think that's probably the best kind of way to put it, man. Unless he does that, I just don't think maybe we go over the line. You know what I mean? Yes, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's here. Is he my favourite manager of all time? Probably not. But if you're going to make it easier for yourself and get the respect of all fans, you know what I mean? Let people around you help you, man. You know what I mean? You can't do it on your own, man. I think Klopp as well. You know what I mean? People think it's called Klopp, but his right-hand man is a big influencer of what he does. But that's for another question. But we're going to go down to the best. Sorry, go on.
Even like Jose, after Jose went Tottenham, I think he got the coach from Lille, I think he was. Even Jose knew he can't do this by himself. He had to bring in other people.
And we've seen how much Jose suffered when he got rid of Louis Ferrer.
Yeah. Our defensive record went straight away after he left.
That's it. You've got a coach that Ferguson didn't do any of the training. He just
Exactly.
did the cleverness. He relied on staff. He staffed that training ground to make sure that the players were ready for what he wanted them to do.
But then when you realize, but when you realize is on $8,000 a week, mate, you're probably thinking it's probably a reason why we've not been winning any more things. You know what I mean? The last couple of years that we're giving a lot of wages to a lot of players who I don't know don't deserve it. But that's another question. Let's go over to Combined 11, guys. The best part of the show as we kind of go towards the end of the show. Combined 11. I did this on my Real Talk with Flawless. I did it on Curtis Shaw. Shout out to Curtis Shaw. Shall we do it off form or shall we do it on basis of who's better?
Let's do it on form.
Season.
Yeah, this season.
This season, okay. David De Gea or Leno?
Yeah.
I think that's a tough one, because Leno has been decent. I'll go with De Gea.
Yeah, De Gea just about, mate. You know what I mean? I think, I think he's got shown enough quality to for me have that number one spot. Right back, they have Bellerin. We have Wan-Bissaka.
Wan-Bissaka. Move on. Let's move on.
Move on. Centre backs, we have Bailly, Maguire, Lindelof. We're choosing Bailly. Adam's having a think here.
I'd go. Yeah, I'm thinking Bailly.
I would probably go with Bailly, Gabriel, maybe.
But saying that recently,
Gabriel has been a bit poorly.
I would say Bailly and Rob Holding, maybe. Or I don't know. Who's been playing good for them?
Because recently, good for them. In this run, they haven't really had Gabriel playing.
Then again, would you go with Bailly and Maguire? They've been playing well together.
True.
That's a shout,
I think Gabriel's been suspect, I think, you know what? Really a lot of people are not talking about him, He's not that great, mate. I tell you what.
Yeah, let's go Bailly and Maguire. This left back is going to be interesting, isn't it?
You know what? I think it should be Luke Shaw based on form. But Taylor would be a better left back.
Tierney's just coming into form in the last few weeks, isn't it?
And I think Tierney might be out for this game as well. They played Cedric Suarez at left back the other day.
Wow. So then we're going to have to put Shaw in there, isn't it? Shaw did, isn't it? You know what I mean? If he's out there, we're putting Shaw, guys. Thanks, Statman, for that. So we got Wan-Bissaka. We got full back five so far. Happy days, eh? You know what I mean? United Central. No Arsenal fans here. They say
can't believe Zayn Miasi hasn't turned up.
Yeah, Zayn Miasi hasn't turned up yet, so he's probably thinking, go for it.
Really
sure,
funny,
it's easy.
Really funny one's going to be this forward line because
I think this is easy, by the way.
Yeah,
this one's easy. Partey, Pogba, Bruno. Partey's been very, very good lately.
But you're saying that Partey hasn't really played a lot this season. Like I'll probably still.
No, he's only just come back, hasn't he?
Yeah. Fred hasn't been playing. Fred hasn't been playing well for the last month, though. Last couple of games, he hasn't been himself.
Yeah, but you can argue Fred's had more good games than Partey this season. Like, how many games has Partey started?
To be honest, 6. That's it.
Come on, man. We've got to pull back 5, mate. Come on, man.
We have
Listen,
to
it's Arsenal. Forget them.
Because this season, all in all, Arsenal have been crap. We're second. They're 10 points behind us. So you could put all United in, but I think for bringing an Arsenal player in, it's someone I wanted United to go and buy in the summer is Partey. Yeah. I think I'm putting Partey in. Because I know
Partey, man, stat man. You're gonna get in the comments, man. That man are gonna come for you, man.
No, the only reason I say that, is that Fred has played more. Partey's only started 6 games in the Premier League this season. I'm not denying. I think Partey's a better player. But this
Yeah,
season,
someone
has
says,
he
hey, Anas is here with this
yeah,
guy, man.
obviously,
Pastor Fredericks, you get me? Anas loves Fred, you get me? He's got a Fred enemy. Yo, I think, sorry, Anas, but I think just on the basis of because Partey's been playing well last 2 games and Fred's been quality this season, I'm not gonna lie, but last couple of games he's either been not playing or, you know what I mean, it's been a bit.
It's point there, isn't it? I mean, where does Saka usually play?
on the right,
Midfield or further up?
right wing.
So
Yeah,
just
right
touch-
wing.
Just touching on Partey quickly, yeah, I'm pretty sure he came off against Southampton. I'm not too sure if that was an injury. People in the comments.
No, I don't think so.
I'm
Now,
not sure,
Partey, we'll go with
actually.
Partey. We'll go with Partey, man. Statman, leave it. Partey makes it there.
We're having a
Right.
party, aren't we?
Yeah, exactly. Let's go to the forward line. You know what?
God.
I think it's going to
It's
be
easy.
Saka
It's e-
on the right.
It's easy for me. Saka, Bruno, Rashford, Lacazette.
Bruno's. We've already said
We just
Bruno.
just went 3 in
Aye.
midfield.
Yeah, if I find it, Saka, Lacazette, Rashford.
Yeah,
I'm mixing it up. I'm going Zaka, Cavani, Rashford.
I knew that was going to happen. I knew it.
I can't take Cavani out. He's the best centre forward out of both teams. I'm not having Aubameyang.
No, we're not having a
Yeah,
bad, but I think we've got to give Lacazette some respect. Though he's been all right though lately.
Lacazette,
All right.
eight goal contributions in his last 9 games. Like,
Yeah,
credit
come
where
on,
it's
man.
due.
Yeah.
How many
Adam,
goals has he
I'm-
got in the Premier League this season?
8.
In the Prem or combining
Yeah.
all comps?
8.
Prem.
In the Prem.
Eight,
Is that 'cause
eight
he's not
goals.
played?
8 goals in 13 starts.
Not bad, that mate. I'm not gonna lie to you, Adam. I think we lost this one, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though I was trying to come to your side.
I'll go with a majority, but he's not in my team.
Okay, let's go. Combine 11.
Can't argue with performance.
Yeah, I've got combine 11 here. We've got David De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, Bailly, Luke Shaw, Pogba, Bruno, Partey, Rashford, Saka, and Lacazette. Give me your team, guys. I'll start with you, Statman. Give me your 1 to 11 for the game against Arsenal.
I'll be so surprised if it ain't this 11. De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire, Luke Shaw, Fred, McTominay, Bruno, Pogba, Rashford, Cavani.
Listen, I might as well just say the same thing, mate. That's my team there as well.
No, I think we've accepted that we're wishful thinking of our own teams we would play. It's going to be what actually does happen. I'm exactly the same team.
That's crazy, isn't it? That's crazy.
I think that's the first time we've ever done that, you know.
It's like we know, isn't it?
I think every other people in the comments, guys, do you believe that will be the team? Yes or no? And I want to see how mad this is, bro. Because for me, if that's how basic it is, man, I feel like, you know, if someone says it, Anna says it, that's our 100% lineup. Pogba on the right, Rashford on the left, Cavani up top, Fred, and then we all know that
behind.
team will be yes, agreed, defo, yeah. Listen, this
That's
is it,
how
man.
easy it is.
That's how easy Man United are in the top 6, mate. Against the other teams, we can beat them, man. But against the top 6, mate, I remember Fergie, man, would somehow spice it up, mate. Jason Park on the right, you know what I mean? Like Darren Fletcher doing a madness, you know what I mean? I think top managers, we used to do that, but sadly.
Let's also get this in here. This is not the starting 11 we want. That's probably what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Well, I think that's what we have to do now, though.
Yeah.
Because
This
at the
is
end of the
what we're
day, accepting, man. You know what I mean? Match predictions. I'm gonna give you mine first, mate. And I don't want to give you guys too much positive because for me, I feel like top 6 games, it's been very, very underwhelming. And I'm gonna give you a boring 0-0 draw. I'm sorry, Adam. I'm sorry, Statman.
Don't surprise me.
I think one pragmatic manager will sit back and say, you know what, United, come at us. Another manager in Ole who, for me, I don't know if he has the belief to go and beat Arsenal and say, you know what, toe-to-toe. I don't think we're a team that will play toe-to-toe with the big clubs. Something about us, we have a fear, man. I don't know what it is. I really don't know what it is.
I'm going with 1-1.
1-1. Guys, get your predictions as well. Statman, what are you saying?
Listen, I never predict a draw or a loss. I'm going 2-1 United.
What do you really think, though? I know you. Listen, I if Man United win, I'm shouting all over the rooftop. But what do you really think the game is? Because we're doing it.
I think Arteta has all his number 15 games without a clean sheet against Arsenal. The last time we beat them at the Emirates was 2017 in the Premier League.
Yeah.
So I think if it was my United bias taken out, I'll say 1-1.
This is it, man. This is it. I think it's going to be a very, very boring game. And yeah, man, it's going to be an interesting one. The social media derby, the social media El Clasico, the Twitter rivalry. You know, two clubs that are falling behind, mate. Really, really falling behind, man. But it's going to be a big one tomorrow. Saturday. I'm glad it's on a Saturday, though. I'm glad it's on a Saturday, though, man. Hey?
I'm glad, mate.
I don't want it to be on Sunday, guys. I'm so glad it's on tomorrow, so I can just get it out of my system. If we lose that game, I just want to get out of my system. If we win, we can gloat about it all Sunday.
I think my only problem is
that game. Oh my Lord!
I think Man City are still playing before us, innit? So like, if Man City win, I think so.
Yeah.
Let me just.
No, don't be kidding me. Yeah. That'll be 4 points clear then.
Man City are playing tomorrow at 3:00. Yeah, they're playing tomorrow at 3:00. So if they win, then the pressure's on United, and I don't know how we're going to deal with that pressure.
No, man. That for me is Statman, what you just said there now is a different ball game now. Under Fergie, we could do it. I don't know if you know with Adam though. When you play a game though, the big mentality, mate, to get a result, man, to stay within the pack. And I feel like City now, the edge now. We've got stuff up, thing coming up, Everton coming up. Big test for these guys, man. And I hope they pull through, man. I hope it, mate. I hope, man. I want to stay in this title race, man. I don't want us again to be a top 14, man. I want to see progress, man. We need to be within 5 or 10 points behind Man City, whoever's at the top. But I think if we lose, guys, and City win their game in hand, I think for me it's a big, big one, man. Because I feel like the mentality would just go drop, mate. But guys, that's what your match preview.
Yeah, we're overdue against Arsenal at their place. That's all I'm holding on for.
Well, you know what I just realised as well? If we lose and Liverpool win on the weekend, Liverpool are back above us.
Seriously? No, the 3 points behind us, surely.
No, if they win, if we lose and then they beat West Ham, they're above us in goal difference. So all that fun for a week is going to be gone.
Wow. Listen, I want to end this stream now. I want to end this stream because in 10 minutes, I'm going to get absolutely destroyed, mate. So, guys, this has been your preview, sponsored by the One Football app. Go download it, as you can see right there on the banner. Download it, link in the description below. All your latest football news, all your latest, gossip about everything, transfer window wise. Adam, let them know where you can find you, mate.
Yeah, catch me Mad Red United on YouTube on my channel, and Adam Matic on Twitter. My Instagram account is on my YouTube page as well, people. You'll catch me there as well.
Yeah, man. Go check him out, man. Get him to 20,000 subscribers, people. If you are watching this right now, please subscribe to Madrid United. Statman, let them know where they can find you, bro.
Statman Baines on Insta and Twitter. Simple as that.
Simple as that, guys. Guys, it's been a pleasure. Tomorrow, the Twitter El Clasico is back. Tomorrow, mate. It could be social media, could be in meltdown. It could be in hysteria.
Oh, it's going to be hot.
Joy. It will be tomorrow. Will be bonkers. Get ready for it, man. It is the big one, the social media rivalry. Guys, enjoy your rest of Friday night. Take care. Bye-bye.